Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Kenny's Movie Palace for our final Warner Oland Charlie Chan movie. And this is his final, unfortunately, his last film that he ever made. And this is Charlie Chan at Monte Carlo. And this is unfortunately the last time that we'll see Key Luke until the Roland Winters pictures at the end. This is Warner Oland's final movie as Charlie Chan. He made 16 Charlie Chan movies, but unfortunately, there was 4 destroyed in a fire that I told you guys about in New Jersey in the 30s, and those movies were 1931 Charlie Chan Carries On, 1932 Charlie Chan Chance, 1933's Charlie Chan's Greatest Case, and 1934's Charlie Chan's Courage. Try saying that 5 times, people. I got a lot to say about this movie, so this movie will be longer because this is the last one of the Warner Oland. And I suggest, if you are a fan of these Warner Oland movies, this one is this Monte Carlo one is really cool because it's a double-sided disc, and on side 1 they have Charlie Chan is Missing: The Last Days of Warner Oland. They have restoration, how they restored this movie that you can see it. They have Warner Oland is Charlie Chan, and they have a advertising on here. And then side 2 is Behind the Curtain, a 1929 featuring the first appearance of Charlie Chan's character at Fox. So I have not yet seen that. I just finished this one. This is from 1937. Charlie Chan and I'll hold this up so you don't have to see my ugly face. This is Charlie Chan in Monte Carlo, 1937. It's an hour and 11 minutes. And here's the synopsis of it. Chan and Lee are in Monaco for an art exhibit. They become caught up in a feud between rival financiers, which involves the chains of a web, blackmail, and murder. And like I said, this is the final Key Luke movie. He will be again. This is the last time Key Luke played Lee Chan until Mr. Moto's Gamble in 1938 with Peter Lorre. Now, that movie was supposed to be the next Charlie Chan movie, but unfortunately, 2 months after this film was completed, he went back to Sweden and passed away. If you read IMDb and if you read different biographers, he first started getting dementia slowly after this and died of pneumonia in 1938, a couple months after this was done. Key Luke will also again be in 1948's Feathered Serpent and 1949 Sky Dragon, all with Roland Winters as Chan. This movie was good. It was basically by the books kind of thing. You have your you have a couple of the Fox serial classic players in this one also. What was cool in this biography, in this featurette, The Last Chan is Missing, there was a couple actors that were in the movie that talked about Warner Oland. And what they said was she was in 3 of the movies that Warner did. And he had a very severe drinking problem that ruined his marriage of over 30 years. And what happened was he would get to the set, and the director in these movies was this last one was Eugene Ford, but she brought up another person. It was H somebody. H. Of course, I can't find it now when I'm looking for it. Yeah, this one was directed by Gordon Wills. But anyway, the director would basically to get loose in the character, and he would start them drinking at roll call at 6 o'clock in the morning, and by 11 o'clock he was a little toasty, I'll say. And basically what happened was they would do all of his close-up face shots and basically stills, and later on what they would do was, if he had like any like lines talking to other people, he would do a one-on-one dialogue with the director, who was force-feeding him the lines because he was so crocked out of his ass that he couldn't do anything. That's why if you see Charlie Chan movies with him in it, they'll have a shot with him and then go to the actor. Well, basically that was all shot, all at one shot when they were before he was drinking, and then like when he was talking, that was during the part where he was not drinking. So I thought that was pretty interesting. The whole Last Days of Warner Oland is pretty interesting. But as for this movie being the last one, it's basically like a go away present for us Charlie Chan fans with him, because he had just re-signed a contract and started getting healthier. If you see him in this movie, he's thinner than he was in the last couple Chan movies, and that is because he stopped drinking. He was developing a puffy face and a big gut because of the alcohol, and basically that's what killed him. He had died from like an acute pneumonia, but prior to that was he went back to Sweden, and where he was from, and he was like a cult hero. Him and Key Luke were one of the first two to join the Actors Union. He was a very big, although not Chinese, he was a big factor in people getting equal rights, equal pay in the early days. Oh, I'm sorry, I kicked that. In the early days of filming. He was a big silent actor, and then he kind of like rolled in, and basically all of his roles were of Asian heavies, until the casting director had said that he has a warmth to play this character. So a lot of people say he's the best one. Going through this one, I've always liked Sidney Tolar, but he was very good, where Sidney Tolar was more, I'll go into that when I do his movies, but there was a more of a warmth to his character than Sidney Tolar, where he was just basically just like talking and stuff, but he was like, there was a warmth to his "excuse please, I need," where Sidney Tolar would like directly talk to you. It's kind of hard to, unless you've watched these like I have. Him and his wife that were married for 30 years, they never had children. He was fluent in 3 different languages, one being Swedish, and they were also doing a lot of books from Swedish to American for Swedish people, which I thought was pretty interesting too. So, but he was known for, they showed in that Last Days of Warner Oland. I'll link it below if it's on the YouTube. I'll link it below in my so you can watch it. But he had just taken like 6 months before he passed away, he had taken a a trip to Shanghai, and he was mobbed. They said it was sort of like the Beatles going to Shanghai. So, but this one, the last one, it was a goodbye. I didn't think it was as strong as a case as the last two were. I gave this 4 out of 5. I haven't like been disappointed in any of these movies. I thought they were all very good. Highly recommend you guys checking these out. And I will be back with my first Sidney Tolar movie coming up that I'm really looking forward to. And let me know if you like the series, if you're enjoying it. Haven't had too many views on the channel with these, but I don't know if it was because of the fourth holiday or not. But I've really enjoyed doing a deep dive into it. And this is a Charlie Chan that I was not familiar with, because the only one that I was very familiar with is the gentleman that I'm doing next, Sidney Tolar. So yeah, give me a like, comment. You know, I respond to everybody. So I will be seeing you on the next one, and let me know if you like Charlie Chan movies. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and be nice to everybody. Bye bye.